Alright, hello. Hello. Hello, friends. How's it going? Happy 4th of July. Let's see who's here. Funzy, hello. El Kwan, thank you so much for the 6 months. Hello. ODM, hello. Latamkis, hello. Abstraction, hello. Rivius, how's it going? Ankit, hi. Edamame, Prime, hello. The Kiwi 71, hello. Mason, thanks for the 4 tier 1 subs. Thank you, dude. Oh, Soren was not able to dodge that one. Brinkless, hello. Well, isn't it just 33 like a week ago? Probably because your your subscription date is probably like on a specific time, but I think it's because my streams. I mean, it's because you like share the news of the like the number of months, but it can happen not just on the day of, but anytime after that too. Nice, I am. Thanks. Alright, let me just... Oh, okay. Marga caps? Yeah, I decided to put them on. Anyway, how's it going, guys? I hope you guys are having a good 4th of July, have had a good weekend, long weekend, and good start to your week. I know some people do still have work, like had to work yesterday, the 3rd, which is unfortunate, but there are people who do work, especially like those in government and a lot of like federal offices. They do work the Monday before 4th of July, and then they do get the 4th off, but yeah. Soy Kakaroto, hola, ¿cómo estás? Murray Caps, hello. Yeah, if you hear fans in the background, it's just really hot and humid today, so just expect some fan noise on today because it's just hot. Alright, so let's get started. So today we are building this new board that's going to be priced really well through ClayClock.io. It's called the TKD Cycle7. I think I put the page for the IC thread on the build command. But basically it's a collaboration between Vertex and Equalz for this TKD brand, and basically this is an FRL TKL board. So FRL meaning function rowless, and then TKL 10 kilos. And they have a variety of colors. They have quite a lot of colors. They have E-coding that they developed for this particular project, which is going to be similar to the one that they've used for previous projects like the Vertex Angle or the Vertex Arc 60 and so on. Equalz has been around in the scene for like less than 10 years, but they've been around for a long time. And so it's interesting to see this kind of collab. They have a cool like assembly system that uses like this these tabs, and then I believe the pricing for this is like 200 and some bucks. Let me see the price table prices. No, 140 bucks and above, pre-shipping and pre-tax, I assume. So basically like a 200 buck keyboard, but so I'm pretty excited to see what it's about. So let's get started. I'll show you guys what I got here today. So I was sent this unit. This is a unit that I got. This I believe is an Anno unit. I got the Void Elf colorway with an alu plate and wind key, and with a solderable PCB. So this is the box, Cycle7, it says right there. And You know, the other side just says Cycle, TKD, Trace Kits Design. I guess that's the actual meaning of TKD, Trace Kits Design. Equalz X Vertex. And this is just the sleeve. Oh, Paul Golly, hello. CRP Arabic goated? Yeah, such a nice set. And so here's the box. Has these 2 tabs. Just take those out. Ithrak, hello. So S Soda 55, hello. 35 months, thank you. Juantagon for 19. Can we get a fireworks sound test? Actually, I haven't heard too many fireworks today, but that's probably because it's so humid and it was raining earlier. There were like light thunderstorms in the area, so it's been kind of like raining on and off. So that's probably why no fireworks right now. Do you ever receive an XOX70 for review? Add extras for that or the GB for this? I do remember the XOX70. Yeah, I built a green one a while back, and I think I remember putting nuke data on it. Yeah, it was really nice. Whether it compares with this, I'm not sure, because this is my first look at this board. So it comes with a carrying case. Just the inside of this, just foam, packing foam. So nothing special there. And where's my switches actually? Just have some here. There's my switches, some OP blacks. Alright, so let's open it up. We have PCB daughter board and cable. We have some gasket strips, as well as, I believe this should be the PCB blocking silicone piece, which is for the flex cuts. If you want to cover that, instead of using tape, you can just use these strips, which is kind of nifty. We have spacebar foam. We had 2 different mounting methods. We have the bump-ons. We have the gasket beans, which is just like a little kind of like peg or like little kind of like tap hole, almost similar. And then we have the gasket strips, which are, I believe, are like little like gasket socks. So they look like that. You just insert the tab into the those little strips. Comes with a set of stabs, Equalz stabs. These are the C3 Equalz stabs. It says V3. So it comes with a bunch of wires, screws, and these are black stabs. Nice. We have an aluminum plate. We can open up. Martin DR, hello. How's it going? So we got a plate here. Ooh. So here we have a black aluminum plate with universal support, as you can see, split backspace, step caps lock, ISO, ANSI, and 6.25U and 7U support. And a few flex cuts, kind of like go on the top and the second, between the second row and the first row, and then between the last row and the second to last row. Next we have, of course, we have our great thockiness provider, aka foam. If you want PE foam, case foam, and plate foam, you can get it if you want. I'm gonna build it without it. Actually, I'm kind of curious how it sounds without, so I'm leaning towards no foam today. Especially because we got these little strips that can also stop the flex cuts for that. And then lastly, we have our PCB here. Yeah, that's the last thing. Fuck me harder. So here's a PCB. Cycle7 PCB. I believe the developer of the PCBs here is the same as some of the other kits that we've done from ClickLike.io, which is Eason. They do QMK, VIA, and VL or vial compatible PCBs. What's kind of cool is that this time around they have these little strips that you can put kind of like, instead of using like tape, you can basically kind of like lodge in these little rubber strips that basically prevent the flex cuts from you know, flexing. So it's basically like, it's not focusing. There we go. That these little rubber strips can basically be like a tape mod, sort of like substitute for the flex cuts, which is nice. So I'm gonna try that. I'm kind of curious how that works and if it works well. So that's that. And then this is the case. Comes in, it's completely wrapped. So as you can see, it's brand new. My unit here is a purple anodized unit. Very nice tone of purple. Let's open that up. Marshmallow, hello. Enomoshiki, hello, Mr. Frank. How's it going? How goes it? How are you? Happy 4th of July, Frank. I hope you and your family are doing well today. Maybe having some barbecue. Alright, we take off the packaging here. Oh, we do have an extra daughter board. The anode looks very nice. It's a nice violet kind of purple. And we get 2 brass weights for the interior. And as you can see, this is a truly screwless design because it actually does not have screws outside or inside. It has a cover for the weight here. This is just a plastic cover. I can remove it. Maybe if you guys want to take a look at it. I don't mind. It's just a protecting film. The Jaguar purple, I think, is a little darker. So this has like a purplish tone, like it's like a purplish PVD sort of weight. It's not quite super multicolor. It's more like a dark purple, purple, violet sort of shifting PVD. It's hard to see in the reflection, obviously, because as you can see, my light is straight up. But it's a nice purple. It goes well with the case. So yeah. Alright, so that's the case. And I believe we can just open it up by lifting it by these tabs here. So it just uses these very cool little bearings. It's basically like this, kind of looks like ball bearings that like clasp on. Ball catch latch, yeah, that's the best way to say it. Yeah, so it uses these ball catch latches, right? They're attached using these screws. There's 4 of them, 2 on each side, and so it's actually a truly screwless design, which is pretty neat, right? So this is the top case. There's a bottom case, as you can see, places for those gasket strips. So if you use gasket strips here, you know, they would just sit kind of like that, right? And then if you use those gasket bean, they call, these guys would latch onto the plate and basically get clamped onto the bottom like that, right? So this would be the difference between the 2 types of mounting, where one of them you have these little strips, and then one of them you have these little gasket bean is what they call it, but pretty cool. So pretty cool. 2 different mounting methods. This is more like mounting points, and then this is more like mounting tabs, so kind of neat. Both should be pretty flexible. I would assume that the points are more flexible than the other, using the little gasket bean, as they call it. So we can try either or both. And then there is some poron here already attached to kind of seal the diffusion here as well. You can see it on the sides, and you can also see that it's also attached on the side here, probably for the case to be properly fit on the sides as well. So pretty neat. So when you just reassemble, oh wait, my bad, reassemble the case, you just put it right on top, and it only fits one way. So, and then you just press it in, and there it is. It doesn't really come off, so it's pretty secure. And to take off again, you just sort of take it off like that. So pretty nifty. Truly a screwless design, which is kind of cool, in my opinion. So pretty excited to try out. I'm just gonna grab the bump-ons and go ahead and put them on. How about a drop test? Sure. Let me put on bump-ons first, and then we can do that. So the bump-ons are adhesive. Looks like they're just squares. Debating anno silver or TKD clay. It depends on whether you like finishes that are E-coat based. So E-coat based tends to have a little bit of a grainier texture compared to anno. So you're going to feel the texture of the case a little bit more. Similar to Cerakote. Cerakote can be like that too, although Cerakote can also be kind of glossy as well. So it all depends on what your preference is with respect to that. But yeah. And then yeah, I mean, you can a drop test. Okay. Seems okay. So yeah, seems pretty secure with the ball latch. So, and yeah, the the lock noise is pretty satisfying actually. All right, very cool. So we're gonna go ahead and I think I'm going to forgo the play foam and the PE foam today, for my own curiosity's sake on seeing how the other parts work. Well, the case foam, we'll just leave it on the side just in case we do need it. And we can go ahead and like these. This is basically like the equivalent of tape mod. We can also basically prevent this from doing a lot of, like having a lot of motion by putting on these little rubber gaskets, sort of silicone gaskets, sort of to cover the flex cut, which is kind of cool. Will it stand the test of time? That I don't know. I actually am not sure. Maybe people who are mechanical engineers or someone who has used similar mechanisms might be able to chime in. But yeah, I personally can't tell you for sure. I assume there is wear and tear associated with it, but the good thing, however, is that you can actually replace those pieces. I mean, I assume you could. So it might be okay, but yeah, the test of time, that's definitely something that I wouldn't know about. So here I can also just put these guys on. This is to prevent the flex cut from working. It's like a flex cut covers. Diego, do you know any more details about the board regarding the GB timeline? I'm pretty sure that the GB timeline got delayed slightly, so it will be sometime middle or late in July, if I recall. So if you go to Keycaps Discord, I'm pretty sure it's middle or late July is what they've been saying in the past like few days. So yeah. So pretty non-intrusive, those like little silicone pieces. It actually is exactly the thickness of the PCB, so 1.6 through, and then these little guys just kind of stick out a little bit because obviously they need to latch onto something. So that's that. Let's go ahead and start with the stabilizers. What color is that? Void Elf? Yes, this is Void Elf. It's a slight purple. It's like a purple. Yeah, it's like a violet sort of. So I think this is probably close to what the actual color looks like in real life. I do have studio lighting here, so it is on the brighter side here. It's going to also look a little bit bluer, I think, based on the color science of my camera right now. I could adjust the white balance a little bit better, but yeah, it's probably a little less blue and like more like a violet kind of purple, kind of like the Twitch purple, but not too dark, is what I would say. Do you know what other colors they'll offer? Yes, it should be all in the build commands, like the IC thread. They have a whole list of colors, if I recall correctly. They have like cream, sky tone, reef, which is I think like white. They have like lavender coating, red coating, then they have anodizing in I think green, blue gray, silver black, and purple, I think. Something like that. It's quite a few. Will you be taking a look at the Pluto by Saab as well? No, I will not, I think. I will at least. If I will, I don't have any news of it, so I haven't heard from the designer or vendor, so at the moment, no. There's no such schedule for the Pluto. Alright. So, stabs. For stabs, I think I'm gonna do split right shift, full backspace, and ANSI. So we're gonna do this, 7U, yep, and then yeah, split right shift for the function key. So we do get an extra, just leave there, and the rest is just gonna be regular stuff. Show me the resin Ziploc bags where the real resin is. Sure, I can show you a Ziploc bag. They actually are in Ziplocs. So here, Ziploc. I ran out of space, and also because of the move, I took off a lot of stuff off keyboards. Because I wanted to take all the caps off of them before I stored them. So I took them off and I was like, oh, I need to put them into boxes, but then I was like, oh, I'm just gonna put them into a bag. Just easier at the end of the day, so that's what I did. Alright, so let's get to it. I'm gonna grab a piece of film just to prevent me from putting like lube on the desk mat. Alright, so grab our 2.5. That hurts. Scratches give him character. Oh, it's okay. They're technically in little Ziploc bags as well. So, and it's not like I'm pressing against them or anything. So it's actually okay. But I mean, some people are more sensitive about it. So yeah, you can ask a few other people. I'm pretty sure that a lot of people have like boxes or bags that they also use. Unsurprisingly, maybe they just don't talk too much about it. R. Mendez, the artisan world is calling you for an R2. Yeah, I've been waiting for an R2 for the cases. But yeah, there's like all the people who make those cases, they're super expensive. Like the metal ones are too expensive. And for storage, it's not like they're that great because they're super heavy as well. So I've been waiting for someone who does like either acrylic or polycarb milled, like CNC or something nice. Particularly if we're frosted polycarb, that's a perfect choice in my opinion. Frosted polycarb, milled frosted polycarb, you know, like case. But yeah. Unfortunately, the Artisan Collector boxes, they only ran once, and yeah, there's just not enough of them out there. That's a nice Ziploc. Yeah, it's the one that has the little actual little like tab for the zipping. Just kind of nifty. Yeah. All right, so let's get to the stabs. This purple's nice. Yeah, I'm pretty excited to try it out with maybe, I don't know, maybe Purple Night could be good. Purple Night might be a similar-ish purple, or even like, I mean, I know that like JMK Laser has like a blue, dark blue tone to it, but it can also look good with it, with the red and like the blue and all that. And maybe like Hyperfuse, of course, sets like that could look good with this. Yeah. The color doesn't look the same as the IC at all. Maybe it's a stream. Maybe. Let me double check the. I mean, that said, let me see. Yeah. So Void Elf prototype, or the picture that's on the IC, is most definitely much darker than it appears in real life. And so, according to my box, it does say Void Elf. Anode. It definitely is anodized. It is not coated. And so, from my perspective, it does appear lighter from what's on that IC thread, for sure. It's not a dark purple as it was listed on that thread. So this could be a good question for the folks at ClayClockIO/Vertex Equalz. I do believe they might be around in the server, but I don't know. ClayClockIO would probably respond to those inquiries, but it does appear lighter in person than it's on the thread. Like, it definitely does not appear nearly as that's like this very deep dark purple that is on the IC thread / website. Which other colors finishes would you like to see on the board? I still would love to see more. I think I've said this before, but I like unique colors too. I think, obviously, like, there's like reds that could look good. I think that a nice burnt orange could look kind of cool. Burnt orange, or like a warm gray could look nice. Yeah, like brown. Yeah, brown or warm gray is basically the same thing. Like, you know, that like bronzish sort of tone of gray, kind of similar to that limestone OC62 that I had like last week or so. That one has a nice little tone of kind of gray brown, right? I mean, there's obviously like a darker brown similar to the Thika by Densis. That one, the rotor and the Thika had like a nice brown anode color. That works as well, I think. Champagne. I'm not a huge fan of champagne color boards, like rose gold champagne style like color boards, like based on what I've seen. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because it just doesn't work as well with some sets that I want, or maybe, I don't know. Something about the color just isn't particularly appetizing to me. Like, doesn't look like amazing, but that's definitely a preference thing. I think if I had champagne or rose gold color, I would rather just get either go for saturated pink, like a more saturated, or like a lighter pink even, or go for silver, you know, like just go for something more mundane and regular. But then again, that's just based on the experience of me seeing some of the champagne rose gold attempts I've seen out there. And they're good, but I personally just never loved them like a crazy amount. I'm looking forward to the Genelec orange on the bias board by Bion. Oh yeah, I've been seeing those pictures that Bion has been posting for the Genelec finishes. Really nice. Apparently, I think they do work with the people who do finish the actual audio systems, so this finish is legit. So pretty cool to see people approaching finishes in different ways. I mean, I do see a lot of more like E-code / Cerakote and whatnot, which is kind of cool, to be honest. It opens up a lot of the color gamut, because with Cerakote and E-code, you do have a lot more saturated color options available. You do lose on the metallic finish from anodizing, right? But it definitely opens up doors for other colors that you can't otherwise anodize properly, or like at least consistently. So I do think it you know, has its own promise too. Takes the spotlight and doesn't work well with beige either. Yeah, you have to. I feel like with rose gold champagne, you have to mute the color out by using a more boring quote-unquote set that's not like in the same family of colors or like in the same tone like that, like, you know, that like beige-ish, warm, off-whitish kind of color. Like you instead need to do something like maybe with heavy contrast, but that isn't as highlight heavy. Dane does keeps. I've been excited for this board. Nice. I've been excited to see this in person too. I mean, this is a board that is being promised at around 140 plus shipping and whatever if you get like the most basic kit possible. So it's super promising price-wise. Like, I assume they're going for something that they can manufacture at large quantities and at the same time be able to sell a lot of units, of course, internationally and otherwise. But it's looking super promising. I mean, at least based on the price. We'll see how it stands. As far as what they'll look like. Sorry. Definitely just curious as to what it'll sound like at the end of the day. But I did see there were a few people who posted a few like videos and stuff on the Cycle7. I think like some of the Chinese content creators and whatnot, and it looked like it sounded pretty good. But then again, not too many sample, like not too big of a sample size. So definitely excited to see more. I think Byron is just looking at new finishes that he can do in Finland for his fully finished produced boards. Yeah, no, that's good. That's actually amazing. I mean, producing local is definitely a challenge, and if he definitely figures all that process out, I think there's also the logistics of the process. It's not just the cost. It's not just having the availability to facilities. The logistics of moving things around and having the capital to do it and all that. I mean, wish him luck. I personally think the new boards do look pretty sick. But it's definitely an ambitious project, is what I should say. Yeah. Base mouse, thank you. Love my MX Master. It's so shined out now. Giro G, thanks for the Prime sub. Appreciate it. Highlighting, have you ever lubed the actual PCB on your HKB Topre? No, I have not. I did touch up on like a spring or two that I had trouble with, getting rid of the like that crunchy sort of metallic sound that that happens when you either misplace or like misalign the little springs. Because I was asked to do it, like, you know, like I was told, like, hey, like if you're having trouble, you can just do that. I was like, okay. I typically don't do it though. I typically do not recommend like Lubed PCBs or whatever. Not only is like the grease itself just like kind of like, you know, icky, right? Like sticky icky, right? Just like kind of gross. But also, I don't know. I personally don't feel like very positively about like putting something like grease on a PCB that purportedly should be doing a job of reading electric capacitance readings, and they're very sensitive to noise. So I don't know why I just did that. And so I personally don't feel very positive about it. I personally haven't felt the need to do it. I feel like it's just a matter of aligning those domes and springs properly. It's just a matter of being patient with it. But yeah, I mean, I've seen people recommend it. I've seen people do it and say they have been successful. That they like it. I personally wouldn't vouch for it myself. Just not a modification that I do and that I probably wouldn't do even if it sounded too convincing, just because out of like personal preference. I don't think I would do it. What's that what's this thing, what's this cat thingy on the screen? Is that like a new 7 TV thing, or what is that? This thing right here. There's a cat. Nothing? What? Don't lube the PCB. Don't listen to Buddy OG. Horrible experience. I'm pinned on this Discord for a reason. Yeah. So Fuzzy here had a bad experience with it. So, yeah. So I've heard of positive things. I've heard negative things. I trust Fuzzy's opinion, personally, but yeah. I think the chat bugged. Works as intended. I blame Drew for that. Is that a 7TV feature? That's kind of funny though. TBH. Not sure. Not gonna lie, I don't mind the cat, so we'll just leave it. It makes it even more fun, I think, to look at. Although, as long as it's not disruptive, it's fine. But yeah. Yeah, the springs do have to be pretty perfect for Topper. Like lining up the springs. Speaking of cats, Kiwi, he's sleeping. So he is probably either under the bed or under something else, or like sitting out over there because it's kind of hot. Probably sitting on the floor, just like, or like lying down on the floor, just sleeping or something. But yeah, it's just nap time. It's like during the day he usually sleeps a lot. But he'll probably come out in a bit. Actually, like maybe give it like half an hour, and he'll probably come out to beg for food. So I would bet on it, but we'll see. Are those Duroc or Cherry screw-ins? Neither. These are C3 equals Z. These are equal Z steps, I guess. Equal Z V3 steps. Yeah. I hate it when the email updates don't work. Yeah. Hello, Secret Myth. Happy 4th to you too. Oh, the cat thing went away. Refresh overlay. Okay. I'll fix it in the future. Okay. Oh, it's back. The cat is eating again. Blame 7TV. What's that for a macro board left of the RS? That is the Ocelot from Single KBD. It's a 8-key macro pad. I believe you can set it for, I think one of them you can set it for 2U. But yeah, it's a 8-key macro pad. I think it's 6 or 8, but yeah. It's 8-key if you do all 1U keys. The big Bongo Cat is 2x2 size, but it does sit above the switches, so it's a little, hovers a little bit above the case. Shouldn't be 7TV related chat overlay, if anything. Oh, it definitely is. Because it's on my, if I go to my browser sources for the chat overlay, it's like the chat widget. It shows up. That's funny though. Never seen it before. It's kind of funny. See, now this one works fine. Yeah. I don't know. Don't ask me, guys. No, I'm not gonna lie, I have no idea what's going on. Auto refresh for emotes works? I thought it did. Generally. Also, hi Snoopy, how's it going? The cat eating out of the resin bag? Yeah. Like, if I try to refresh the overlay, does it work? It's interesting how the background is set to like nothing and it's still like that. So yeah, IDK. There's a refresh. Oh, okay. Cat eat is still there. Interesting though. I guess it is JChat 7 TV related. He's munchin'. He do be munchin'. It's not JChat? What do you mean it's not JChat? Maybe it's not anymore? Oh, or chat is? Oh, yeah, chat is. Your chat. Sorry, I guess it was JChat before. Back when I set it up, it was, I guess. We are all chat. Yes, we are all chat. We are a single denomination. We are cat? Oh, we are chat, and chat in French is cat. So we are all cat. Just like the overlay. Today we are all cat. On this 4th of July, we celebrate the independence of cat. As if we weren't before, but yeah. Alright, almost done with the stabs here. Done. Love coming to random chats that have my overlay. I think no streamer ever noticed that my username is in the overlay URL. I now noticed it. But on my source names, I have it named as JChat because that was what it was when I set it up. Or like that's what the page said, right? Or I don't even remember. At this point, it's so long ago. I set it up so long ago. When did I set it up? It was whenever Drew mentioned it for the first time, which is a while back. Are you building it with split right shift? Yes, I am. I am building it with split right shift. Not before I made it, that's for sure. Got it. Hey Diego, all else being equal, 1.2 millimeter PCB is quieter than 1.6. I'm not sure. All else being equal, it's quieter. I'm not sure. I will say maybe. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure. I think somebody else. Maybe ask Juan. Juan was here earlier, but I think he might have just left already because he has family duties. But Juan might know better because he has transferred 1.6 builds to 1.2 and vice versa. It's been a minute since I've done like exact same build, exact same board, and had two separate PCBs. It was still called JChat for only like a month or two at the very start. Oh, okay, so that was probably when I put it on, because I remember Drew brought it up, and it said JChat, and that's why I named it JChat as my source. So that's why it's named JChat in my screen or on my source list, whatever it is. Where's my screws out here? JChat doesn't exist? Surely. Surely not. That is the word on the street? You might be right, though, because I'm assuming if maybe I'm assuming it's quieter because the energy gets dissipated more easily with a 1.2. Kind of like when you have flex cuts, you know? You know how like when you have flex cuts, all the movement sort of like makes the board kind of quieter because of the, you know, it's like kinetic energy, and it just goes away. And my stabs are just falling on the floor. I don't know. I'm just speaking pseudoscience, really. Do you trust your mods? Sora and I can trust. Poner I trust. In Poner we trust. Poner I always trust. Because Poner is the best. Oh yeah. Oh man. That's so funny that you can come into random chats with your overlay and just use like commands. Cause I mean it is your overlay. Stream can't hear. Oh, I can only hear myself? Oh, that's funny. Oh, that's too bad. That was I thought it was gonna happen. Oh yeah? Oh, it's just me? Oh, how boring. Never mind then. What's the point? Hey, Gam! I don't trust the mods. Fair. Imagine trusting mods? Yeah, imagine. I only know that Frank is like mod in like 10 billion chats or something like that. So yeah, imagine trusting mods, right? Just finished the first Evangelion movie? Oh, cool. Have fun. It's a long ride. I'm the least trusted person on Twitch. That's fair. I'm modding 10 billion chats too. Once 10 billion plus 1. Yeah. I mean, honestly, even if you ask me, being a moderator is honestly not a great job. Considering how... I mean, it depends on the chat. I feel like my chat here, you know, pretty chill. But some places are just too crazy. I guess being a mod is part of the fun too, though, but alas. I never say I mod. Oh no, I'm just saying, just in general. All right, cool. Done with the stabs here. So hopefully those are good to go. And indeed, I will build with split right shift. Here we got some OP blacks. I miss old Meowcore back when it felt like a campfire. Now it feels like a forest fire. People used to mod me just for the sake of doing it. You mean like me? Didn't I basically do that, Soran, to you? Oh, alright. Good emotes, good stream. Sounds good. Thank you, and good job on your job interview. Good luck. Best of luck, my bad. I'm like spacing out here. Saying random words now. Good luck though. I miss Peaches. I do miss Peaches. It's been so long since I've seen her online for just about anything. Kind of sad. I mean, I imagine she's probably a little active in her regional server, but definitely have not seen her at all in the keyboard space. Effectively retired. He's manifesting your success. I hope she's having fun doing that once sparring sport. Oh, kendo? Oh, I'm sure she's great at it. I think she's been doing it for quite a while, actually. To be modded, what a nightmare. Yeah, it's a lot of work. I mean, it's really like, for the most part, like almost just volunteered work, so it's rough. It's like you only do it if you want to do it, and also technically you don't have, like, it shouldn't be a strict thing unless you're maybe getting paid for it. But yeah, keyword chats nowadays are nothing. I mean, have they ever been anything much? To handle. Maybe I should remove this for now. I think it's just getting in the way. At least until I'm done with all the switches. I mean, the Tfue build in a couple months in that period, but yeah, that period was exceptional in the sense that every single thing around that period was exceptional. This was like early 2020, wasn't it? Something like that. Zona's with the party of 16. Hello, welcome. Thank you so much for the raid. How long has a cat GIF been on the chat? Today's the first time I see it, so... Oh, what the... I just noticed that the full backspace doesn't have 5-pin holes. I'm gonna report that as a little small fix, but good to know. Maybe it's on purpose, but still should probably let them know. Why do you say GIF like GIF? Because that's the correct way to say it. That's why I said it. I'm just saying it the correct way, that's all. Yes, the GIF versus GIF discussion is funny. But I mean... Potato, right? Oh, here's my flush cutters. I was looking for them. How do you pronounce caramel? Like that. The creator is wrong, it's GIF. Caramel and caramel are two different things. Yeah. You don't say gigabit like gigabit? I mean, sure. But it's not like I mean, GIF is an abbreviation technically, so I guess that's different. I mean, sure, it's like graphic, whatever, right? So that's why people say it's GIF, because it's like a hard G sound. I think that's the argument for GIF. See GIF? JChat. You certainly do say gigawatts. It's a fun, silly discussion. Don't take it too seriously, guys. Who do you pray to? Jod? Yeah. Jod. I love Jod. Graphics interchange format. Love it. Lightning keyboards. How do you pronounce? Is it Genshin or Genshin? Genshin? Genshin Impact? Best game of the year? Best game of the year, Genshin. Alright, should be enough to test the stabs. Due to Jeff being Jeff, I retired Jam. I am now Jam. This is fun. Genshin Collision best game 2023. Yup. Easy. Next up, Jonkai Star Rail. You don't even play it? Genshin Collision? Yeah, I'm just behind on it. I just clear my resin every so often, that's all. Logged into pull Luocha and now you don't want to play again? The resource grind is so dumb. I think that's the worst part. They're so stingy with it. Jambling? It sounds like one of Sanji's kicks. Diablo Jumper. Staria has way too little content right now. I mean, it is very little content, so it isn't really content. It's just mundane activities that repeat themselves. That's pretty much what Star Rail right now is, until there's more story. Yeah, the MOC and all that stuff doesn't really count as content, and I haven't even gone far on those either, so it doesn't even matter because I'm timed out from doing all the resource grind. So yeah, no, not much content in it right now. Really pointless. I can't even clear the simulated universe that's like slightly higher level than me, so kinda pointless. Not to mention the rewards are not even that good anyway. I'll just binge it in a year. Yeah. I've been super tempted to get Diablo 4. And I'm hearing good things about the Final Fantasy game, but I wish that were available for PC or something. I don't like that it was a limited console limited thing right now. That part kind of sucks. I'll just have to wait on that one, but don't really care because it's not like I'm in a rush to play any games. FF16s are good. Oh yeah? I've been hearing good things about FF16 though. Very story driven, I think. And pretty linear, and not as much fluff to waste time doing, I guess. Is the lighting making the keyboard case lighter than the render, or is it just lighter IRL? I would say it is lighter IRL, for sure. The lighting is also making it slightly lighter than it probably is in a regular room lighting. However, it is lighter than what it looks in the pictured renders on the thread, right? On the IC thread or on the Click.io website, right? So that I can confirm it is lighter, of a like purple violet. I wouldn't say it's a light purple. Like it's not. I like if you look at the color in real life, I wouldn't say that's a light color, but it's somewhere in the middle. But it's also not dark like the pictured photo in the Keycap thread. Yeah. So hopefully that helps. But yeah, I now want a bag of Ruffles. Sounds yummy. Chips. I am weak to chips, that's for sure. But yes, the lighting here is pretty bright, so yeah. It was more like Future Funk purple. Yeah, it's not Future Funk purple. I'll tell you that much. I mean, I think the easier way to see the color is going to be compared to like other things, like other objects and whatnot. So I'll like bring like some things to compare it against. Just give me a little time. Well, actually, here I have Purple Night, a key set, a Purple Night, GMK Purple Night here, and it looks pretty close to the color of the case. So it's not super dark, the case. It's not Future Funk purple. I think it'll look good with Purple Night. But that said, the case color itself is not what's pictured at the IC. So the hue of your light is skewed towards blue? Yeah, it is. Well, not the light, probably the white balance on the camera. White balance on the camera probably skewed slightly towards blue right now. The light itself is just regular 5600K, I think. Or 50, wait, I can check. Where's my controller? 5500K Kelvin right now. So just like regular daylight for the studio light. The whole room is hueing blue. Yeah, it also doesn't help that I have like white paint on my back. And shadows. I can adjust the white balance slightly. It's not a huge difference. I think last stream, I adjusted it slightly, but then I think as soon as I after I turned off the camera and stuff, it probably reset all the settings. So, yeah. Oh boy. These switches are on pretty tight. So I'm just moving some switches because I had looped these last 6 of them at the end, and I didn't want to, just wanted to make sure that they're together. So yeah. Time to open coupon code loot boxes from a local electronics store. What? Do they have something like that? That's interesting. Alright, there we go. P blacks. Oh, no LEDs by the way on this PCB. Alright, let's actually try to adjust the camera here a little bit. So okay, so we said we're leaning blue, right? So away from blue. Maybe here? That might be better. And oh well, this one and the front cam is set different, probably set slightly differently. So that's too, oh, that's too cool. Blue. I think that's fine. Alright, I think that's probably better. No, that's probably a little better. Not by much, but yeah. It's not a huge difference after all. So, probably why. Let me see here. Okay, cool. Alright, so let's get to soldering the components here. So, wait for the solder to heat, I mean the iron to heat up. A little sip of water. Alright, should be good to go. So let's go ahead and start soldering here. Get a fan. I've been trying to get Alex's chat to use third-party emotes. Wait, oh, he doesn't use any? Or just the people in the chat, rather. I thought, doesn't Chozo just use them? They didn't even use first-party ones? I mean, I feel like if they're new to Twitch, like if a lot of the viewership is new to Twitch, they wouldn't, you know? Like, they don't really understand the use of emotes the same way. We're talking 6+ month subs, but they're only coming in, like, what? A few hours a month to watch? I don't know. Are they, like, regular viewers who just talk seriously all the time? I don't know. I feel like, yeah, emote usage in chat is like a... It's like, or rather, no. Like, kind of like, you know, like being on the internet is like an experience thing. And if you just didn't have that experience, you don't really pick it up that way. It takes a while. A chat experiencing risklessness. But yeah, that's kind of like how I would say it goes. What color is this board? It's like a medium purple. In the light, it reflects a little lighter, but it is a purple. But it's not a dark purple like the one on the thread. That's for sure. It leans more towards the middle in terms of intensity of the purple. Is this supposed to be Void Elf? That's what the box said, yeah. The box says Void Elf. I'm pretty sure. I can show you the bandroll to you in a bit, but yeah, it does. That's disappointing. I do like this color anyway, but it is true that if you're expecting a deep dark purple, it is disappointing. I mean, I kind of was expecting one like that. Just because I thought that if it's Vertex and Equalz doing it, they probably have pretty good anodizing control. Then again, I don't know if the photos of the, or like the lighting in the photos that they took for it was just a dark setup. But I can tell you that in my setup right now, regardless of that, it is leaning lighter and not, like, you cannot call this a dark purple for sure. You just call it a purple, medium purple or purple. But it is not a deep, dark purple. For sure. Like, 100%. It's kind of like, it reminds me a lot of that DY colored purple from GMK Hyperfuse. Like the stock purple color is similar to it. Pretty close. I mean, I had a kit of Purple Knight, the Zambamon set out, and it's pretty close to that, so. And that's, as you might know, not a deep dark purple like a Future Funk or Taro modifier heat. Is there a small purple? How about a large? Don't know. I'm not as well versed in the sizes of purple. Hey, Ojpoj! Oh my gosh, how are you doing? It's been a while. 27, thank you. I hope you've had a good... Wait, no. Never mind. I hope you're doing well, though. Happy 4th of July to you, too. Hope you've been well as well. Alright, so soldering is going pretty fast here. I don't usually do the whole sponsors plug and I haven't really as much, but don't forget to check out the sponsors, exclamation sponsors, for all of the details. There's quite a few of them, and they are always putting on new products, new in-stock products. GMK, other key sets, desk pads, switches, and otherwise. CB Planet has had these custom backplates as well for like your V2ME stuff from Monoke if you're looking for that. Trays and other cool little nifty things. But yeah, do check out all the sponsors. If you want to use an affiliate link, it is always welcome. Free to do so. You're absolutely not obligated. But if you do, it does help the channel. So. Living in London, yes, I know. That's why I paused myself to correct what I was gonna say. And so I was like, wait a minute, 4th of July, and then you're in the UK. And I was like, yeah. Not quite the barbecue place, so to speak. Not quite a place to just be having a barbecue on July 4th, but, I hope you're doing alright. Hard to catch your streams? Yeah, I bet. Yeah, the time difference obviously doesn't help, but, yeah. And I'm sure you're busy too. Thanks, Gam. Alright. So, let's, get that out of the way. Alright, let's just make sure everything is soldered and good to go. Alright, looks good to me. Yeah, looks good. Okay, let me double check though. There might be one switch here that I want to press a little. And then this one a little bit too. Okay, that's fine. Nice and tight plate. Very nice. Alright, so that's done. I am gonna use the daughter board here just to test the PCB before I put the whole assembly into the case. It's easier for me to do this now than later and have to fix it. Alright. It is plugged in, and let's go to matrix tester here on via vial. Alright, nice, lights up. Alright, sweet, everything lights up. Very nice. American Party OG displays. Tiny flat life. Oh boy. And you call it flat too now. Not American enough. Take the lift up to the flat. Lightning keyboards, OMFG, huge fan. Okay, bud. How's it going, dude? Alright, let's put these little flex cut cover thingies. Kinda interesting here. Want to hear that full sound of the OP blacks here. Put that on. Nice. They fit quite nicely. Y'all are trying to get me kicked out of the country? Yeah, better don't say that they don't have better don't say that the UK doesn't have any food culture. They probably owe it to the other cultural influences in the country, but don't say that out loud too much. Can you drop to test the keyboard on your feet? Wait, why again? I already drop tested it. Alright, so you open it like that. It uses these cool ball catch latch or whatever it was called. Someone else called it like that. I thought it was nifty. And we have two different mounting methods for this. So we have the way in which you use these little gasket strips. And we also have these gasket beans. I think I might want to try this one first. Sounds interesting enough to me. It's kind of like tap hole, but not really. So I think you just kind of put them into the slot like that. Very easy, very simple. It's either or. The nice thing is it doesn't use adhesives, and I assume that because these are just individual like silicone rubber piece or whatever, you could probably get different hardness for these guys, so can replace them with something different each time. I don't think they are standard though, but it could be worth asking the designers about if they will have different hardness gaskets and whatnot. Could be kind of cool to experiment with. But yeah, you can kind of just place them like that. Kind of go like that with that longer part facing down. And then we got our daughter board cable here. I was just shitposting. I didn't even know it had magnetic mounts. It's not magnetic, actually. It's like these latches. It's actually like a mechanism. It's like a mechanical thing. Alright, and then you just kind of place our plate here. Oh, I didn't plug it in properly. My bad. A short cable, but there it goes. Alright, there it is now. Indian food in UK is chef's kiss? I bet. I bet it's absolutely scrumptious. I bet it's so good. Alright, so there it is. And this is the gasket bean mounting, kind of on the softer side. We did tape the flex cuts by using the little rubber pieces, the silicone pieces, to kind of cover the flex cuts. So I'm expecting a nice full sound here. No other foam otherwise, no foam at all. And this, as I showed you here, uses these little latch, ball latch tabs, right? And they get latched onto these guys over here. So just place it on top and press evenly, and it clicks into place. Doesn't fall off. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. And that's it. That's the build. I do think we can try the Purple Night set, so I'm gonna bring that out here. I think it'll look pretty good. So let's give it a shot, see how it looks. Is that like what the Corsa has? I actually am not sure because I don't have a Corsa, the Matrix board Corsa. So maybe, but I don't know. Alright, let's put this key set on. All purple today. We are all into purple. The match is close. It's a little different tone. Slightly different, but it's close. Probably as close as it gets. Korean Grimace board. This doesn't have split BS support, right? It does. It does have split backspace support, yes. I did see it on the plate. I saw it on the PCB as well. It's actually a really good match, I think. Are those Cherry Nixies? No, these are OP Blacks. Beautiful purple. Yeah, it's pretty nice. Despite this not being the same darkish purple that's kind of like featured in the interest check page for this board, it is still a pretty nice purple tone for the anodizing. And the anodizing itself, the quality of the anodizing is very smooth and very nice looking. So at least as far as that is concerned, I have no complaints. It looks very, 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 very nice. Very clean. Yeah, this is a pretty nice fit. Does it have 7U support? You're seeing it right there. So yes, it does. It does have 625 and 7U. It has all the pretty standard support. So step caps lock, regular, 7U, 625, step, ISO, ANSI, regular stuff. Universal. So like, you know, split left shift, split right shift, and ANSI and ISO enter, split backspace. Yeah, it does have all that, so that there's not much to worry about. Alrighty, let's put an artisan on this. I think I would like to put I think I'm feeling like putting this cool little shy guy cap. New guy that I got in the mail recently. Yep, Sublime cap. Pretty nice. Looks good. Looks very nice. Let's give this a shot here. Sure, that's, I guess just in case it gets pressed. Let's plug it. Were the snaps pre-lube? No. Alright, so I kind of wish this cat eat overlay was gone now. How do you make it go? I don't see it on the options in the setup. How do you make it go? Alright, whatever. Let's open up a typing thingy. I'll move the mic over. Alright, that should be as close as it gets. Any updates on the GB date? I believe this will be mid to late July is what I saw on their Discord, as well as the IC thread actually. should be up to date, but yeah, I think that's the closest as it gets. Yeah. As far as the date estimate, so late July is what I saw. All right. So I know that there's a fan running in the background, so just excuse me for that. But I did turn off anything that was near me, so hopefully this is good enough. Sound-wise, I hope you guys can hear it all properly. But right now we have this is the Cycle7 from TKD. This is a collaboration between Vertex and Equalz. This currently is built with a full aluminum plate. We have OP black switches, Lube with 25 grade 0. And yeah, full aluminum plate. We have no foam in the inside at all. We have it with the gasket bean mounting, which is these little tapple looking tabs, little silicone thingies, and then yeah, no foam, gasket bean, full alu, OP blacks. Yeah, so let's give it a shot. This is the Void Elf colorway for as far as the keyset goes. I mean, as far as the keyboard goes, and this is GMK Purple Knights. All right, here you go. Are those OP blacks long pole? No, standard. What plate? This is alu plate, full aluminum plate, OP blacks. And yeah, it sounds really good. No foam. This also has the silicone, like the rubber piece that covers the flex cuts. So pretty nice. I do think I prefer it with the flex cuts covered. I do think if the flex cuts were uncovered without the foam, I think a lot of sound would kind of get diffused, and so we would lose a lot of sound, I think. So I think I'll leave it like this with the flex cuts covered. Personally, really like how it feels. It feels pretty nice. It feels nice and bouncy. It does feel soft. Like the mounting points are just these like single points. There's like 4 at the top and I think like 3 at the bottom or something like that. But they're like these isolated points. It kind of mounts on the bottom of the case, and it feels nice and flexible. Has a decent amount of movement, and so it does feel pretty comfy. And so yeah, for the price, this is very, very good. And let's listen to the mods for a sec, and I'll talk a little bit more about it. All right, here are the mods. So it sounds pretty good, I think. These are, yeah, JWK made, for 43 Studio JWK made OP blacks. And yeah, this will probably sound different from what you saw on Bilibili. I do think there's a guy on either YouTube or Bilibili who built it with Hyperglide MX blacks, probably full alu as well, and no foam if I recall. I don't remember. I did see one video, but it sounds really good. This is like no foam and everything. It's pretty good. And yeah, these are just regular 4mm. I did use PCB plug. I did not use foam. This board is 139 USD. Yeah, apparently. So 140 is the base price. 139 is the base price plus shipping. Which let's say shipping is as expensive as it can be, because maybe the box heavy. It comes from probably China. So let's say it's $60 for shipping. That's like a $200 board. It's pretty good. It's pretty well priced. It offers quite a lot of options for colors. It offers pretty good value overall. It looks good, I think. And yeah, it's $200 for a custom kit. So, and it comes with a bunch of like all the accessories that you need. Like it will have the gasket strips, the gasket beans, or whatever. You will also have the option for foam. So, all the add-ons are kind of like there. So yeah. Can this bad boy do 132? I probably could. I probably could. What's the front height and angle? Check the Keycaps thread. I don't know it off the top of my head. You can tell me, but I think angle is not mentioned here. I don't see it on the Keycaps thread, actually. Angle and height, I don't see it either, but yeah. Does it come with stabs? So mine did come with stabs. I think it might come with stabs. These are the Equalz stabs. I think it might come with stabs. My kit did. However, I indeed like got like, you know, content creator unit or whatever it is, prototype, whatever it is, right? So I think it would come with the stabs, assuming that the production in China already happened. So if this is just like a production unit from them, then I assume that what's included in my box is what's included in the actual box, which would be stabs, foams, PCB plate, the gaskets, bump-ons, the keyboard, and the daughterboard cable. So pretty complete package for what it's worth. Lead time, I actually am not sure. It is true that the Void Elf colorway could have been darker than this per the IC thread. The IC thread definitely advertised what seems to be a darker color. This is GMK Purple Night, which if you've seen in real life, you know exactly what it looks like, but it's like a medium intensity purple. And it does feel comfy, so I can tell you it does feel comfy. And yeah, I can do a repeat sound test as well, so we can do that one more time. Do a 30-second one here, quickly. Yeah. So yeah, whoops, sorry, I just dropped the fan under my desk. And yes, I can of course show the sides and whatnot. So I'm gonna unplug it, and let me move that out of the way. Move this out of the way a little bit. Oh, there goes Mr. Kiwi. All right, so I'm gonna zoom this out a little so you can see it more closely. So here is the board. So this is the top of the board, as you can see. This is the side profile, pretty simple, kind of wedge-like, with a little bit of place to kind of hold the board, which is just the top case portion. So rather simple side profile. This is the back. The back just has the TKD logo here, and it's just a simple rectangular cut for the USB-C port. And then the bottom here, we have our PVD weight that comes in this kind of like dark purple PVD sort of. It's a little bit dirty because of my hands, but yeah, it comes in this like dark PVD sort of color, dark purple sort of PVD rather. The color does look bluish in the light right now. It is just a camera thing, but it is like a purple. But it definitely does lean a little bit blue too. So, yeah. Yeah, but this is like the price of a little bit more of a GMK set. It's a pretty good pricing, IMO, and it does look nice. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. You guys like it? Here, let's take a look again. Yeah. So. So let's see. So if I need to open this up from here, I assume I can just press it from the middle like this. No screws at all, which is kind of cool. And I can also replace the little gaskets with these little tabs. So all I have to do is just take this out, get these little gasket thingies off, place the little gasket tabs on. Same thing for this. I guess you could technically mix and match if you wanted. Let's say I just wanted to go for a full gasket strip experience, just easy clap for a swap. Super easy. So I just do that. And that's it. And then you can just place it back. Put the, oops, they don't align it properly. There we go. And place our top and press. And that's it. Super easy to swap it. Do the internal weights have any heft to them? I believe they're kind of on the thinner side, but it's probably to fill the case and to get rid of some of the resonance in the case. I didn't think that they look thick, but we can take them out and see if you want. Yeah, you can take them out in a bit and see what they're like. All right, we can try this out now with the gasket strips. So now this is with gasket strips instead of gasket bean or whatever it's called. So let's give this a shot. So here we go. This with the gasket strips this time. Oh, I think the mic moved, so I'm gonna just move it to the right place. There we go. Okay. So sounds pretty good. A little bit more muted, I would say, with the gasket strips, and a little bit more firm feeling is what I would say it feels like. So here are the mods. So it sounds pretty good, I would say. It sounds pretty similar though. The gasket bean, gasket strip, both of them sound pretty close to each other. I would say the gasket strip one is a little bit more muted, a little bit more firm feeling. Probably just because there's more contact with the case. So yeah, but the difference is not huge. I would say that the gasket bean method in particular, like this like single point mounting, is definitely a little bit more pronounced flexibility, like flex, more bounciness to it. So it definitely will feel softer. I would say that difference will be more pronounced with softer plate materials. But in the case of the full aluminum, it's a smaller gap between the two in terms of feel. So hopefully that helps for the people who have questions. And let me see if you guys have any questions. Oh, Ochpoj, I missed your question, but yes, I did move. I am also moving, like, quote unquote, again in a few weeks, because right now I'm in a studio with my partner, which is a smaller space, but we're moving to a bigger space in a couple weeks, which is the actual move that we're planning on doing. What mounting do you prefer? I think I prefer the gasket bean mounting, the little point mounts. It reminds me a little bit more of a soft, like, top mount kind of mount, but it technically is mounting to the bottom of the case, so technically you're pressing against the bottom of the case. But I do think the sound is a little bit more full. It's a bit fuller, and I do like the bounciness of it. So I personally think I would pair this full outlet plate with this mounting. So I probably will switch back to this sooner than later. But yeah, technically you could actually mix and match, which is kind of cool. Because these things are not adhesive and they're modular, which is a nice thing. I think I'm reiterating stuff that I've said in previous streams, but having modular elements in the design, like these strips or these little gasket beans or whatever, that you can pick and choose where you want them, which combination you want, is really nice. Also, not to mention that if these can be standardized as far as like manufacturing of these pieces is concerned, and you can make them in different hardnesses and whatever, it would be pretty nice, because that means the customizability like goes up by a lot, right? And so that part in a lot of like modern like 2023 boards right now is very exciting, and I personally think it's like a huge advantage when you see that, is that pretty much you can tune it to your own liking. Like nobody else will decide this for you, but you'll be able to tune it to your own liking, which is kind of nice. But yeah, Purple Night is actually the perfect key set for this color board, to be honest. Like I can show you here. So yes, I can show the butt of the board here. I'm gonna turn on this fan here because it's really freaking hot. Yeah, so here is the top, right? There's the LED portion here. It looks like it's covered by a little bit of that PVD piece here, accent. Here's the side. And then this is the back, and this is the butt of the board. The butt of this board kind of reminds me a lot of the Vertex angles, except the weight is more centered to the this alpha cluster. But yeah, it kind of reminds me a lot of that in terms of design. But looks pretty good. Yeah. How much difference do the PCB cut fillers make? I imagine they do make a decent difference. What's kind of nice is that you can just disassemble this super easily, right? So let's actually take them off. Oh, it looks like the thing unplugged as I did that. Right? So if you take that off and we mount it back, are those feet adhesive or pressure fit? These are adhesive. The rest isn't. Okay, hold on. Let me turn off this thing. Okay, so yeah, so it actually sounds pretty good still. So it doesn't look like this is doing too much. Maybe with a softer plate it will make a difference, but with the alu, it's not making a huge difference. Perhaps because the alu is just kind of stopping a lot of that motion. But like maybe if the plate were FR4 or polycarb or something like that, I think these might make a bigger difference. But yeah, so not a huge difference so far. It still sounds quite nice. So I can switch back to the little gasket pieces here, these other ones. But it sounds really good. Like it genuinely sounds nice. Very nice sounding board, very nice and modular system here for mounting, super easy to open up. Like I think this is definitely like one of the nicest things, is that it's just so easy to work with, right? Like I don't really need to do much to swap things around, which is sweet, right? Like I'm barely looking at here, like towards the back, what I'm doing, and it's so easy to fit these little gasket oopsie pieces. Oh my god, the stem fell off. Okay, better tell that to the maker to laminate it. Great. Oh my gosh, there we go. Broke. All right. New artisan time. Do the beans only go one way for install? Yes. The little beans are fitted to this like hole at the bottom case, and that one is deeper than the one at the top, so it fits that way. Let's do this soda cap. It's all good. For the stem thing, I can just have it replaced by the maker, so it's all good. I'm not too worried, it's just the lamination though. Alright, so that's that. So replace that with the new mounting, or rather the mounting that we had earlier. And oh, I think I unplugged the cable. So let's plug in the cable again. Rip Shy Guy. Yeah, rip. He was too shy for this. Okay. But, yeah, so I'm going to type on this really quick. Right now we have no little rubber strip for the cover, for the PCB cuts. Yeah, I definitely think it sounds a little bit quieter than with the flex cut covers. So yeah, if you want the more pronounced sound, I think use the flex cut covers. I do think I prefer it with the covers. Definitely sounds a little bit weaker, especially towards the rows where the flex cuts are, which are actually here and here. I think those two rows definitely sound a little bit weaker, probably just from the sound, from the energy just being dissipated through the flex cut movement. Yeah, if you want like a little bit more pronounced sound across all the rows, use the covers, which I probably will do. But yeah, no foam right now. No P foam. Like, here's all the foam. No foam, no P foam, no play foam, no case foam, no foam. So yeah, pretty promising as far as the design goes. I think it has a pretty nice sound to it, and I do think for the price it's like very nice competitive. Yeah, so yeah. And yeah, 2 flex cuts, not 5. Yeah. Sounds pretty good, though. Alright, so this is alu plate. Alu plate right now. Once again, here's the board. Yeah, this is a pretty crazy value for an FRLT kill at this price point. Really good bang for the buck. 140 plus shipping, even if the shipping is expensive. So 200 bucks for a full aluminum case with all the accessories that you need is really good for a custom mechanical keyboard, I would say. Yeah, really good price point. So I definitely would recommend it if you are looking for an FRLT kill. I personally am not looking for this particular layout myself. It's not a layout that I personally use all the time. As you can see, I use a regular TKL often. I use 60% a lot. But yeah, if you're looking for this particular layout, like it's good. It's pretty good value. It looks nice too. I do think this LED looks brighter on screen because it's pointing directly upwards, but it definitely is a little bit more muted than you think. But it looks good. Like overall, it just looks good. The case itself is a good, I think it's like 5 pounds or so. I don't even know. I can check here. Possible to see without stream lights? Yeah, sure. It's pretty dark in this room right now because it's like overcast outside. So there. That's how dark it is in my room right now. So you won't see much. As you can see. Hey, 9, what's up, dude? Thanks for the 38. Grimace keyboard. Brighter than what I thought. Oh yeah. It's very dark right now, and it's also very overcast. Not to mention the windows are on the other side, and there's my monitors are blocking all the sunlight, if any, really. So 4 pounds, close. 4 pounds and 2 ounces in Freedom units. In SI units, it's 1.86, 1.9 kilograms, so about 2 kilograms built. Pretty good. Hefty enough, and also not too light, you know. So it's pretty good. And yeah, it is very dark in this room right now. So I'll reduce the light. How about that? Let me try to reduce it. Although it won't really go down by too much. So here, this is down to 25% of this light. I can even adjust here my exposure. Get it darker, right? So that's what you get. Is it the same purple as my Ocelot? Good question. No, it's not. The purple on the Ocelot, as you can see, is more saturated, first of all. And the Ocelot's purple is more saturated in general. So you can see. And it's a little bit darker, I think, on the Ocelot, right? But might be because of the saturation. Right? Now you tell me. But that's how it looks like next to the Ocelot. Yeah. Ocelot looks velvety. Yeah, it's like, I mean, it's supposed to be like marked as like indigo kind of, but it's a nice purple. Also has more red. Yeah. You guys are the color experts. I'm not. I just trust my eyes and see what I see. Try to tell you guys as much as I can, but I'm definitely I'm not gonna pretend like I know a lot about color, because I don't. So this is normally what I have my stream lights on. Is that the one with the red weight? No, this is just brass. It's just brass. Oh, you mean the board? Oh yeah. This one has the reddish, purplish sort of weight. Obviously, it has a little smudges, but that's just like my greasy hands. But yeah, it has that like reddish, purplish sort of glow to it. Trying to show you different angles. Is it LED random? I think you can adjust it, but I need to check VL settings. Let me check. QMK settings. No. Lighting. Underglow. There is literally every single underglow effect. Solid color. I think there is QMK code that you can write up for it to be like changeable for an indicator, but I don't know what the code is. So this is technically considered underglow though. So yeah. What happens when you press caps lock? Oh well, first of all, nothing, because my caps lock presses all turn to control. Why? Because I never use caps lock. I just use shift for capital letters. So caps lock is mapped to nothing other than control in my computer by default. Let me turn off the caps lock thingy. So let's see, caps lock. Let me map caps lock again. I don't even have caps lock mapped. There, caps lock. Oh, look, it is a cap. Wait, no, am I imagining it? No, right? I'm not imagining this, right? This is a caps lock indicator. Right? Look. I'm pressing caps lock now. It turns green, turns off. Nice. Cool. I never use caps lock though, so it doesn't matter. So it's already hard-coded into the behavior of the PCB, which is nice. But I'd never use caps lock, so I don't care. But for those who use caps lock indicators, good. I imagine you can probably code this so that it changes to a layer indicator instead of a caps lock indicator. I don't know how to. Pretty sure it's just QMK. So if you're a QMK guru, or if you want to ask some QMK guru out there, pretty sure someone could help you. But it should be doable, like people do it. I never use caps lock, so I just, yeah. No, it's cool. It's nice. All right, so probably gonna wrap it up here. Gotta go from now. But yeah, really good value for the board overall. It is a nice purple. It is disappointing for those who are looking for a dark purple for this Void Elf colorway. I understand. But gasket bean and gasket strip methods for mounting, pretty good. Overall, like, value of the entire package is sensational, really good. Like, comes with a hard case, box, everything nicely packaged. Quality of the anodizing is flawless, really, really good. It's just as good as I saw like some of the Matrix, not Matrix, Vertex boards. So really good value. So if you're looking for something of the layout, I personally do recommend it. It does look nice, and it does type nicely. It sounds pretty good as well, even with no foam at all. So if you are going to build it with no foam. Give it a try. And you know, you can also use these little PCB flex cut plugs, which are like a tape mod kind of substitute. You can use those as well. But yeah, value-wise, this board is pretty good. Cycle7. Thoughts on the C3 stabs? Pretty standard. They work well. I mean, I haven't had issues with Durock or C3 stabs really. I think I've heard C3 stabs having some issues with PVT caps before, like CRP or other PVT. But I think for GMK it's fine. I haven't had issues thus far. But yeah. But yeah, nice keyboard. Nice keyboard. It's crazy how low price can get. Yeah, that's true. Does the retail version come with stabs, or did yours come just with that? That I cannot confirm. I'm assuming that this is a production unit from the Chinese production, like the local production that they had there, and because people are saying that they have this on, like they've seen it on Z Frontier, so it's a board that's been produced, I think. And mine did come with these these packaged stabs. So mine did come with stabs. I assume the production units will as well, but I cannot confirm it. I would ask, just in case. But if it doesn't, pack of stabs is like 10 to 17 bucks or whatever it is, right? So, you know, as far as the value goes, I think it still goes pretty far. Yeah. All right. Let's wrap it up here. Next stream, I am probably going to be showing a new product from KLC. KLC Playground is a Korean vendor. They do collaborations with a lot of makers and designers, Denses, Utsi, TGR, Blendworks, etc. They also manage their own shop, selling a lot of different things. But KLC is releasing this new kind of like OEM style board, so to speak, but it's a custom mechanical keyboard still, with I think Gateron Pro yellow switches. It's kind of like similar to the Monocase standard. Basically it's a TKL with like Bluetooth or wired, I believe, and comes with its own keycaps, comes with all the switches and stabs already done. So basically pre-built. It's called the Nori Spring Rider, and I'll be checking that out in probably later this week. I believe it will be either Friday or afterwards, but I'll let you guys know. I'll probably just, put up an announcement in my server, in my Discord server, if you want to join, !Discord, about when I'll be doing that. And if not, you guys can always just stay tuned to my Instagram story when I just put up a story post when I am about to stream. So you can always keep track that way. But other than that, I think I'll wrap it up here, and let's check here who is streaming. I see Mr. Yuri is streaming. We can go say hi to Mr. Yuri FTW. He's a Spanish streamer who does keyboard mods as well as keyboard builds. He's located in Spain. He speaks both Spanish and English. Right now, it looks like he's doing a full-size silencing mod, basically silent switch, I think, mod for a full-size OEM board. Oh, there goes Kiwi. And yeah, so let's go raid Mr. Yuri. Ooh, Dennis! Happy 3 years! Damn, Dennis, been a minute. How you doing? Good to see you, man. Happy 4th of July. Kim. Dennis. I'll see you guys later, but let's go raid. Oh. Okay. No raid message because Mr. Kiwis is here to say goodbye. I just have a raid email so far. But say goodbye to people. Ah, he wants to go. He wants to leave. You got a cat? He's a cutie. Kiwi, you have something to say? Okay. Bye. Alright guys, I'll see you guys later. But again, take care. Have a good rest of your week. Happy 4th of July to those who celebrate. And I'll see you guys on the next one with the Nori Spring Rider from KLC. Bye bye.